Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. From wherever you tuned in around the world, if you're a South African fan, of course, we're looking forward to the Men's Cup final at 7 minutes to 6 South African Standard Time. They'll be up against Argentina, but for the moment, we have the Women's Cup final, and that is New Zealand up against Australia. It all culminates here on day 2 at the Dubai Sevens. It's been all action from day 1. We look forward to this final. It's an interesting day where these teams want to walk away with the gold medal. And for the moment, we take a look as the national anthems, of course, being played out for this cup final. New Zealand and Australia for the women's. With rugby, we see the women's game develop over the last few seasons, and of course, New Zealand tipped as perhaps the favourites for this cup final. But as we know in the sevens game, everything can happen so fast. The bounce of the ball in a blink of an eye, one pass, one missed tackle, and it's all over. So for these teams, as we see the excitement building on their faces, it's a pleasure to be here. The gold medal up for stakes here in Dubai. It's a full house, it's a night sky, and it's all action in the crowd. The festivities are just about drawing to an end, but we await these final 2 games. The Women's Cup final, of course, New Zealand against Australia, and then, of course, a little while later, at 7 minutes to 6 South African Standard Time, it's the Blitzboks, the defending champions, looking to make it 5 out of 5 in Dubai. They don't want to relinquish their title just yet, but standing in their way will, of course, be Argentina. Do give us your score predictions in the comment section for this game. And keep in mind, of course, if you can, get yourself an account at BOYLESPORTS. Bet a 20 Rand on one of these games and stand a chance to win a set of 10 double tickets to the second leg, which next weekend will be in Cape Town at the DHL Stadium. What a pleasure it will be for South Africa in the men's tournament, should they go there with the gold medal here in Dubai. 5 out of 5, of course, they're looking for, as we mentioned. In the moment, New Zealand versus Australia in the Women's Cup final. We're almost underway, so if you do need to go and get your refreshments, my suggestion is that you do it now. Give yourself an opportunity to put a score prediction in the comment section. Who do you think is going to win this Women's Cup final? And of course, we wait and see and look forward to that Men's Cup final later on this evening. It's a perfect clear sky in Dubai. Not much more you could ask for in terms of getting a running rugby going. Just a special shout out here to Flexi123 saying, hi, bro. How's it, man? You tuned in. What's your score prediction, bro? It's New Zealand women up against Australia women. Who has the opportunity to go through and get that gold medal? We're just about underway. It's a full house in Dubai. Of course, next week, as we mentioned, they're playing in Cape Town. It's a revised World Series. And we've seen nothing but action, both from the women's and the men's game. The referee out in the middle, getting the ball ready to get us underway. Strap yourselves in, folks. We're in for a game here. It's the Women's Cup final. It's New Zealand versus Australia. Let's go, surely. We're almost underway. New Zealand are going to be kicking off and playing from left to right. The focus is there on both sides. It's going to perhaps take a moment of magic, I'm sure, to settle it. Both these teams very evenly matched, so there's no real favourite. But of course, New Zealand, perhaps just by that percentage, edging it and they get us underway. The kickoff is contested, but Australia are in possession now and playing deep from their own 22, and they're away. Here come Australia now. There's no one in behind. There's pace to burn from the Australian attacker, and New Zealand concede a try straight from the kickoff. Australia draw first blood. Bien Terita there with the breakaway, slipping the tackle. And all the All Blacks could do was chase, but they couldn't get there in time. It's try time for Australia. It's 5 points to 0. They draw first blood with the conversion to come. I mentioned it's all action, and all action is what we got from the kickoff. Australia 7 points to 0. The conversion is successful. Australia kick off now. They go deep, or at least onto the 10-meter mark here. The referee calling them back for the moment. It was knocked on. And Australia have to concede the scrum. New Zealand will have the put-in. New Zealand inside their own half on the 15-meter mark on this left-hand touchline. But importantly, they have possession. Here come New Zealand playing from left to right. Straight up the middle go New Zealand. Brought to ground. Some good defense there from the Australians. But the All Blacks, or the Black Ferns, manage to recycle. Over halfway, it's another slip tackle. This time New Zealand with the opportunity. And New Zealand with the try. Surely, it's a 5-pointer there. Shosha Miller there with the try, breaking away just as we saw from the Australians. A missed tackle, and it's resulted in a try for New Zealand this time around. You can ill afford to slip a tackle, and New Zealand hit right back. This is what Cup final rugby is all about. It's a thumbs up from the try scorer. It's a conversion, and it's 7 points apiece. Just under 4 minutes to play in this first half. The scores are level. New Zealand with the restart. This time they in fact do go deep, right into the 22 of Australia. Brought to ground, and the ball retention now, quick from the base of the ruck. Australia shifted down towards this right-hand touchline. New Zealand defending well. Australia have to, or want to, play from deep, should I say. You can't leave it up to any last few minutes. You want to take your opportunities no matter where you have them whilst you're in possession. Australia not making many meters here. New Zealand have turned the ball over. So the defense is rewarded there for the moment. And the Black Ferns come away with it. It's a switch ball down to this left-hand touchline. It's a goose step. It's a try. Just like that. Shosha Miller scores again. It's a brace for Shosha Miller, and New Zealand go into the lead by 12 points to 7. There was a lovely little goose step, but Shosha Miller on the receiving end there of that last pass, managing to offload just before the Australian defender came across and put her into touch. The conversion, sailing, but just not the distance. It had the direction. And New Zealand, after conceding an early try, are in the lead by 12 points to 7. Under 2 minutes to play in this cup final. This is what it's all about. You score, I can score better. And here come New Zealand with the restart. But Australia fighting back in possession. Big hit there in midfield. It's a loose ball here. And again, New Zealand look a little bit more hungry there. A slight knock on from Australia there. And the Black Ferns will have an opportunity just about centre field. On the 22 of Australia, still in the lead by 12 points to 7. New Zealand women, of course, one of the most successful Sevens sides, and showing their composure in this final now as they win the scrum and go down towards this right-hand touchline. But they decide to play back centre field. Is there an opportunity here? Australia, stout in defence. We're still in the 22 here. A massive counter-ruck there from Australia. And they, in fact, do get the turnover. They're not just here to participate. New Zealand over the ball, but a massive hit on the counter there. And that resulted in a knock-on. New Zealand have to concede the scrum here. Australia, of course, perhaps with the final play in this first half, will want to play and score from deep. Can they create something here? Down this right-hand touchline go Australia, looking to recycle. Looking for space. Somebody's got to make a moment of magic here. Who's got it? Here come Australia. Surely now. Can she go all the way? Australia for the try on the stroke of half time. And of course, the potential with the conversion to go into the lead. Just trying to see who it is there. Levi scores the try. Oh, up 70 meters up the field. And Australia in the final play of this first half from the scrum shifted the ball. And some wonderful set of wheels there. And that is half time for the moment. Australia do lead by 14 points to 12. 2 tries apiece. New Zealand, unfortunately, not able to convert their second try. So Australia, 2 tries, 2 conversions, have a slender lead. But of course, we know in the Sevens game, 1 score can change it. They're not a full score ahead, so New Zealand still have very much of a shout in the second half. Not a lot of time for the coaches. We mentioned there's 2 minutes break aside. So you have to have that inner ability to be able to draw yourself up, pick yourself up, and get right back onto it if you're down. And New Zealand, for the moment, down by 12 points to 14 here against Australia in this Women's Cup final. We saw the men's of the Cup final lose earlier on against Argentina in the final moments. It was Gaston Rival for Argentina who scored the winning try. So the Black Ferns looking to make amends. When New Zealand All Blacks could not get through to the final. All to play for here in Dubai. Remember, we are live for that Cup final at 7 minutes to 6. It's the all-important Men's Cup final in this first leg of the World Sevens Series. And the first leg is Dubai. We're almost underway in the second half. And Australia will kick off from left to right. The restart is very good. Australia managed to pinpoint it just on the 10-meter mark and regain possession. They've come out with intent in the second half. It's another slip tackle. It's another step. Can the Wallabies get away here? Here come Australia now down this right-hand side into the 22. Moving the ball around like a hot potato. And in the process, finding the space. New Zealand slipping one too many tackles. And here come Australia 5 meters from the line. Great recycle there. Surely now they've got to shift this ball. Is there space out wide here? There it is. There it is. What a try. Australia get in for try number 3. And it's Levi again who scores. It's another brace there. This time for Australia. They shifted it from right to left. And Levi with the pace off the mark. Nobody in the close vicinity to make any sort of tackle. And she was away. Australia clear now by more than one score. It's 19 points to 12 with the conversion to come. It's sailing. It's just wide of the right-hand upright. We've got 5 minutes to play in the second half. Australia up by 19 points to 12, so a full score clear. New Zealand have it all to do here. The restart from Australia. Here come New Zealand, the Black Ferns, from right to left, inside their own half. Australia stout on defence. But New Zealand taking it back, looking for space to go forward again. More importantly, they are in possession. It's a switch ball. They're still inside their 22. Who's got a moment here? A moment of magic. Good synchronization on defense for Australia, not allowing too much space. Making their one-on-one tackles. And for the moment, New Zealand can't get out of their own 22 on the 15-meter mark of this left-hand touchline. New Zealand recycle again. Are they going to have to go from deep? There it is. Someone straighten the line. New Zealand. The attacking player doesn't have the pace. But all the way up to the halfway line now they go. Is there a moment here? Surely now. Surely now. There it is. There it is for New Zealand. And it's a hat-trick. Dare I say it, for Torsha Miller, and New Zealand are right back in it with the try under the post. We asked the question, are they going to be able to go from deep inside their own half? And that's in fact what they did. And on the receiving end of that final pass, the hat-trick try scorer there, Miller over with the conversion to come to level things up here in the Women's Cup final in Dubai. 2.5 minutes to play. And indeed, the scores are level. You can't help but wonder, will it be one score that separates these two sides? Will there be one individual moment of brilliance? In the comment section, guys, give us an idea of who you think will win this cup final. Back and forth we've gone. And New Zealand kick off and gather the restart. Here's the opportunity now. Is this it, should I say? Up to the 22 of Australia. Here come the Black Ferns. ball in hand, but the defense of Australia has been quite sound. New Zealand on the 5-meter mark of this left-hand touchline, and Australia have come away with the penalty. New Zealand infringing, and here's an opportunity now. It all is happening and unfolding so fast. Australia down this right-hand touchline. Can they secure the ball? New Zealand over the ball, but illegally so, says the referee. Crucial times here in Dubai in this Women's Cup final. The scores are level. Australia with just over a minute and a half to go. Can they pull clear? Is there an opportunity here? Lovely step inside. Lovely fend off with the left hand. And there it is for Australia. Would you believe it? It's try time. It's Levi with the hat-trick. We saw Miller from New Zealand scoring a hat-trick. And Levi for Australia fends away the would-be defender and scores a crucial, perhaps, final blow. Time not up yet, folks. We're still under a minute to play. But Australia fighting back here, and for the moment in the lead by 26 points to 19. It's 30 seconds on the clock. It's all action in this cup final. Perhaps New Zealand, as we mentioned, the slight favourites, but Australia showing they're not just here to show up and participate. They want the gold medal. And for the moment are clear by that score. So New Zealand would have to score to level it up with a conversion, should I say. And an unforced error there from Australia gives New Zealand one final opportunity to, in fact, go for that try. Still trailing 19 points to 26. There's 10 seconds on the clock, folk. If the ball goes dead now, it's all over. Australia will be defending for their lives. Here come New Zealand almost up to the 22. Barging their way forward. It's lost forward. That is it. Australia will take the gold medal in this cup final. Some wonderful scenes here in Dubai. The Black Ferns, unfortunately, losing the ball in contact. 26 points to 19. Australia women defeat the New Zealand women here in Dubai. Heartbreak for New Zealand, but for Australia, it's elation. We obviously want to look forward to the next game, which will be 7 minutes to 6. South Africa up against Argentina in the Men's Cup final. But for the moment, it's Australia who celebrates in this Women's Cup final, defeating New Zealand by 26 points to 19. Sensational stuff here if you're an Australian fan. Do tune in for that cup final, as we mentioned, 7 minutes to 6. Until then, from myself, Roots, bye for now.